Jones since 22, 24, 26, 32 ounce pretty blue. Stuff in your puff pig, snuffing with my fuck stick. 22 cent booty pig, 24 make movie flick, 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub, Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other and mother some. Ex used to hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian.
What's going on, everybody? This is your man C coming to you from the one, the only, the two real
radio.
They're a little high, y'all. I apologize for that right now. So this is our inaugural show, and this is the first time that we're doing this live and on camera. Ooh. Everybody ready?
Ready.
So before we get into what today is, the holiday that is today, we're going to get into what Two Real Radio is. So basically, our world is constantly changing, and it's no longer black and white. It used to be, black and white. Now we're strictly gray. So what we are at Two Real Radio is we're trying to figure out the gray, how to negotiate the gray, and how to respectfully and consciously, give everybody a voice to figure out how we all, just get along in this world today.
Correct.
So that's about anything else you want to add? Anybody?
Jen Strong, lover of life. Live and direct, Two Real Radio. Yes, we in here.
Okay, so our show was not going to be basically a cannabis show. Today, to celebrate the holiday, it will be, but for real, we are a lifestyle show. We're going to try to figure out what we got. Bathroom debates, children, relationships,
nothing PC. I mean, don't hold back.
The whole gamut.
But
that's a good way to say it too. Yeah.
But with today being 420, we're going to get directly into it.
We're going to kick that thing off.
Marijuana.
Cannabis. So with that being said, we're going to bid one of our co-hosts farewell. He has a prior engagement.
Yeah. But this is just the beginning. Obviously, the Two Real Radio is here. Okay. And like I say, we came a long way. And obviously, I'm glad that we're here. Listen Vision Live. And let's go ahead and get it started, man.
All right.
Chuck.
So now to get this started, let's get him out of there. Let's light this up. And let's talk about what today is. Today is
420.
The holiday for cannabis. All right, so does anybody in the studio can answer this? Does anybody know where the term 420 came from? Anybody? Ladies, do you? Anybody? Anyone?
I don't.
Bueller?
I don't either.
Bueller. All right, so a lot of people believe that 420 actually came from, can I get a light from one of you guys now that he's gone?
There you go.
A lot of people believe that it came from the police code for smoking in public. No, not at all. Actually, it came from 5 guys who had practice, who initially found a treasure map to a lost site of cannabis. So every day in school, they would tell each other, hey, 420, we got to go find this pot. They smoke, go on a treasure hunt. Never found anything, but the code 420, caught on within the people at the school. One of the gentleman's fathers was actually a kind of like a roadie or a manager for a lower band for the Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead caught on, and then through ceremonies and concerts or whatever, they started using 420, and that's where basically the term 420 comes from.
Thank y'all.
So now you know, 5 guys, you and your friends can start something. What?
No.
Trying to take my J?
Oh.
You and 5 guys can start
Not
something,
yet.
pass it
This is
down, and
later.
everybody will follow. Sorry for the lack of eye contact. I got to get this done right. I don't do no canoeing
I'm about to
J's.
partake in this Rice Krispie right quick.
So, today what we're going to do is we're going to get into a little bit of history of cannabis.
It matches me too. Look, guys.
Medical, medicinal, recreational. We're going to have a game show, and we're just going to have an old-fashioned smoke out.
Yeah. So feel free. Ask questions.
Get to know us a little bit.
Do what you want to do.
Okay, so Ms. T.
If y'all got food, eat it.
So Ms. T, can you give us the history of cannabis while I choke up?
Okay.
It's touchscreen. It's 2018.
Ooh. HP moving on up.
To the east side, though.
Okay. So, this plant originally evolved from Central Asia. Okay.
So basically, it's been around for since 500 BC before.
1830s.
No, man. What you 500 BC by shamans in China,
Oh,
India.
it didn't become medical marijuana until 1830s. My bad, y'all.
The main active ingredient that gets everybody high is THC. Whoever's listening to this, whoever's going to be on our game show, I'm giving away a lot of the clues for what the answers will be, so make sure you pay attention. THC is tetrahydrocannabinol. All right? Go ahead, keep finished. What you doing? You're supposed to be on medical. All right, so 1830, Sir William Brooke, an Irish doctor, was the first in India, was the first one to extract cannabis.
Hold up. Sir William Brooke O'Shaughnessy. That's what it says. Don't forget the O'Shaughnessy.
He was the first doctor to find out that cannabis worked in easing pain and stomach ulcers, vomiting, nausea, and things like that. And also to get appetite for AIDS patients and stuff like that. That was in 1830. Since then, there's really been no change in cannabis.
I don't think AIDS was
medical,
around back then.
huh?
AIDS wasn't around back then.
Shit, I bet it was.
Cholera. Cholera. Let's go with cholera.
Okay. No, but I meant to say it was in AIDS patients later on. It was found to ease.
Later on.
Yep. Can we get an ashtray? Somebody? We need a runner.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Recreational cannabis. You got the computer? You want me to take it?
Oh.
You over there high as shit.
I'm stuck, man.
420 already. We ain't even started.
Let me read it.
You go ahead.
Recreational weed. An ancient Greek historian named Herodotus described the Scythians, a large group of Iranian nomads in Central Asia, inhaling the smoke from smoldering cannabis seeds and flowers to get high. Hashish, a purified form of cannabis smoked with a pipe, was widely used throughout the Middle East and parts of Asia after about 800 AD. Its rise in popularity corresponded with the spread of Islam in the religion. The Quran forbid the use of alcohol and some other intoxicating substances, but did not specifically prohibit cannabis.
And that's
There
special.
you
And that's special for
There
all
you
you
have it.
Muslims. All you Muslims, you're allowed to smoke
you're
weed,
allowed. That's what it says.
but you cannot drink.
You cannot drink.
Okay, so after that, we get the demonization of cannabis with the first people to bring it to the New World, to America, the Mexicans. So you had the Mexican people who were migrant workers coming in smoking, and they were recreationally using cannabis. And because the people, the settlers, they didn't like the Mexican workers, they gave the negative connotation to cannabis attached with the Mexican workers. That's where the name marijuana comes from.
Oh, okay.
Well, keep going. Let's go.
Okay, so they said that massive unemployment and social unrest during the Great Depression stroked the Mexican immigrants, to the public fear of evil weed. As a result, the prohibition of the what?
Oh, the Prohibition Act?
You right. Okay.
Okay, so 1937, that gives us Harry Anslinger, right? This guy was originally the first head of the DEA, what would become the DEA. He had the most outrageous, outlandish ideas about what cannabis would do.
Okay.
Cannabis shouldn't be consumed by good white women because it'll make you have sex with the angry black guy. These were things that he was putting in medical journals and stuff. Reefer makes darkies think that they're as good as white men. These were the type of things. Darkies, yeah. He believed that jazz music and reefer were the reason why white women were sleeping with black guys. They would make them sympathize more with them.
I can give you another reason. It wasn't those two though.
Oh shit.
Woo!
Was it big or small?
So basically because of this guy, the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937 was passed, and cannabis nationwide was
Banned.
Yeah, banned, deemed illegal. When before this, you almost had to, in the settlers in the early colonies, you had to grow cannabis. It was a law that said you had to grow for industrial use hemp, rope. The Santa Maria, most of the fibers on the Santa Maria were actually made from hemp fibers. One of the things that made it illegal, super illegal, and this is what a lot of people don't know, is the timber industry. Cannabis grows at a ridiculous rate. It feet at a time. I mean, feet in a month. You get a 6-foot plant of hemp in
No time.
In no time. So what you have is a sustainable crop that you can constantly cut down and make paper, toilet paper, anything like that. The timber industry, fearing that they would lose money, went along with Anslinger and the whole demonization of cannabis because they were going to lose money. We'd have saved the trees, we'd have saved the forest, the rainforest, and all of that. But the timber industry decided that it wouldn't be beneficial to their bottom line to endorse.
I wonder if like the timber, is that why it looks like a log a little bit too when you roll it? Maybe. No?
What?
My bad.
So
We're going to skip you on the next one.
so
So now that leads us basically
so where we are now though?
the war on drugs, 1970 and Nixon. You know, you still have the demonization of
you
colored
getting-
people. You know, we have this
Getting
idea. We have this idea now that pot smokers are lazy, shiftless.
Were we really about to talk about the war on drugs? Like, are we about to do this?
Yeah,
No.
I mean, which was
Do this.
which was
I gotta let my head
a
down.
giant ploy
War on
to
drugs, I can't,
enslave colored people. Another way to, you know,
Man.
demonize. When most of the pot smokers that you think about in the early 60s, 70s are your Grateful Deads, your Willie Nelsons, who are, you know,
Your white people.
I was going to say
So it
Caucasian.
didn't get bad until when?
They passed it along.
Till we start smoking that shit.
Nah,
That's what you
actually,
saying.
like I said before, the Mexicans, man, the Mexicans, and you know,
Like, what you saying? Like,
Where's
get
the-
down to the
I mean,
nitty
teach
gritty
me,
of
tell
what we
me
really
something.
saying. Like, what do we saying?
I'm trying to read,
I
but
mean,
I
basically,
can't
that
read
is
right
what we are
now.
saying. That is what we're saying. We're basically saying that once it caught on and it was another way to enslave and, you know, imprison black people. Then,
Okay, so what changed? Like, how we get here now? What the fuck we doing right now? Explain this shit to me.
It's healing.
That's what
The
I'm
heal-
trying
the
to figure
healing-
out. How we
the
get from
healing
there
aspects.
to
Medical
here.
now. It's
To
medical.
I'm on this
medicinal.
motherfucker right now about to light this J up. How we get from there to here? Explain that leap to me, please. Please, because I'm sitting here looking at
In
my
a-
J like
in a nutshell,
I
in
still
a
don't
nutshell-
all the way trust this shit though. Like, am I only one? Like,
I can pass it to you.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it became
it's all great and everything, but come on, let's get to the leap. Like,
everything is changing.
Explain.
Everything is changing now because the old guard that was in charge is dying out. Their kids smoked. You know, if you're around in the 70s, if you're 40 years old and over, if you're under 60, you smoked some weed before. You smoked cannabis. Your girlfriend, your buddies. If you didn't smoke it, you were around it. You were right down the street. You know, when your friends smoked it, you stayed over there. When they went around the corner, Thanksgiving, you took your walks and all that type of stuff. You were one of those people that smoked cannabis, so you know that it's not as
smoked
bad.
reefers.
It's not the reefer.
reefers. Like, what
Let me tell y'all now. I don't know what reefer is. I've never smoked it. I don't think
Bushweed.
I've ever even seen it. I had a buddy of
Look
mine.
like oregano.
A buddy of mine, his father said, you know, he used to play Game Boy all the time. We used to go to his
Reggie.
house before we had our
Reggie.
sessions, and he would
Bad
say,
Reggie. Reggie Bush.
when I was your age and I was out at the concerts and the parties, you know, I used to buy a bag of reefer this big for like $20. And every time he would say that, I would look at him and say, I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of that. It's like buying cheap alcohol. Like, I don't want any parts of anything that I have to smoke 35 J's to get high. If I'm high only while I'm smoking,
That's a cough session. That's not even a smoke session. I don't even know what
I decline, sir. No, thank you. You can keep that to you. On another thing, I don't want really. This is a session, and I know you guys. I love you guys. You know, I don't really like passing J's to people, man.
I understand.
Dave Chappelle had a really good joke on his last thing when the lady asked him, "Can I hit that?" He said, "I've had a long. What did he say? I'm dodging herpes or something. I had a long life." Yeah, well, he 1 in 6, and he looked around, nodded his head a few times,
Right.
and didn't say anything else.
Right.
So that was the joke. Yeah, I'm really
I'm
not
really down.
into
my shit.
you know
all
what
my
I'm saying?
shit. All my shit checks
All the way good.
the bump on
All
your
the way
lip.
good.
Got a
some
bump
new
on his
shit.
lip. You know what I'm saying? So how did we get here?
Yeah.
California in
That's what I'm interested in.
Okay, so in 1996, California passed the Compassionate Use Act, which allowed people with
So
terminal
medicinally,
terminal
that was our
illnesses
foot in the door.
to say, okay, so because of that, everybody now had a terminal illness,
Right.
had some kind of pain, some kind of my back, my legs, and realizing that cannabis was one of those things that wasn't harming anybody. You know, you don't get into well, you do, but you don't get into car crashes, you don't drunk, there's no harm in getting a little high and forgetting to pick your kids up on time. I mean, I'm gonna get there. I just forgot. I mean,
People do that normally.
That's
I had to
not
get-
weed.
I had to
Weed
get-
will have you remembering everything.
I had to get to the hot pockets. No, I mean, no. Actually, cannabis will have you overly concerned with being late.
Weed will have you
Um,
remembering everything.
Holy shit! Am I late? I gotta go. I gotta get
No,
out
I'm
of here.
not late. You'll be like, oh, I got 25 minutes before I gotta leave to go get the kids. Let me put this roast in the oven, make this tea real quick, change the girls, put my clothes on, brush my teeth because I forgot to do it this morning.
I'm trying.
Then by the time I get
Hey,
back,
did you?
I know I'll have
Side,
30
real
more
quick,
minutes on the roast.
real quick. Did you brush your teeth today?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Twice.
And that's why, folks, you do not pass your J and shit because motherfuckers don't be brushing their teeth. Admittedly.
But
On,
yeah, it will have you remembering everything on time. Twice.
So back to cannabis real fast. You know what I'm saying? As of January 18th this year, we got 9 states and DC that are recreational use cannabis.
Florida, right? Florida just was.
Did
added.
Florida just pass?
I think they just.
Somebody else just passed.
Hold on, recreational?
recreational, not medicinal, recreational.
Okay.
All
My
right,
bad.
but
Recreational.
it's still illegal federally.
Yeah, it's gonna always be that way.
You think so? I don't think so. We'll get into that a little bit later when we get into cannabis news and everything.
That's
but
dumb, though. That's stupid. Like,
One.
come on. Like, can't we do something? Like, that's so
Can
stupid.
we all? No,
That's so
we
stupid.
can't join
Like,
hands. Sorry, no.
That's not the dumbest thing ever.
well, what it's doing is it's leaving a whole lot of people in,
No, what it's
in
doing
other
is
states.
it's leaving all these people in jail for no reason. That's
Well,
what it's doing.
California now is releasing people. They're saying
Release
that
them.
anybody
Release
that
them
got
faster.
caught,
Release them
anybody got
faster.
caught with cannabis charges.
And anywhere that is
will be
legal,
released.
that should be automatic.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
come
there
on
was a
now.
definite. It was classified as a category 1 drug, what? Schedule 1. Thank you guys. Schedule 1 drug. So they're lumping it with heroin, ecstasy.
That's stupid.
But by doing that, you can lock up a whole bunch of
People and keep them locked up.
minorities who are going to likely have, and not to say it like that, but they're hoping that likely they'll have some type of cannabis on them. Knowing that everybody smokes. Baby bite pizza. That's it. That's the move. After here, we're getting Baby Bites pizza. So today's cannabis smoking. We're smoking. Everybody's smoking. Old people. I deal with people at the pop-ups. You're dealing with.
Everybody that got sense is.
Yeah, everybody's.
If you don't have sense, if you're not smoking, you don't have sense.
You know
If
who's
you're
not?
taking it in
You
some
know who's not
form,
smoking?
Then what's wrong with you?
People that get pissed at work. That's who's not smoking. That's the only people that aren't smoking. They're walking
Your
around
boss,
pissed
your
off.
supervisor.
That's that. Oh, my job, my precious job.
Those are the only people that aren't.
No, the
Get
one
a
that's
J.
eating my
Get the fuck
food
down
in the
somewhere.
refrigerator is the one that's smoking at work. I think
I
that
haven't
was
smoked in 20 years. Well, you need to smoke again. Them. Smoke. No, smoke, please. Well, get out my face.
I'm really, really high right now. So we're gonna roll up some moon rocks. We're gonna definitely roll up some moon rocks. You guys do moon rocks? Moon rocks ever?
I've never done that.
You've never done moon rocks? Have you dabbed before?
No,
You've never dabbed?
no.
Holy shit.
Sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna get back into some of these facts, and then we're gonna blow your mind. All right, that's what we're
I'm
gonna.
ready.
We're gonna sit you. Actually, we're gonna sit
One
you on the
time.
couch. We're gonna sit you on the couch. That way you don't
One
fall
time.
back.
Okay,
You don't.
one time.
You get wobbly and all
I'll
that type
try
of
it.
stuff. You get the weird look in your
Okay.
face. So the average cannabis
one
smoke, average cannabis smoker is spending $645 on cannabis a year. A year.
How much you said?
That's the average smoker though. Now 22 point,
That's
huh?
600. What?
$645. That's
That's a.
that's a bad.
That's a bag. That's a bad
Is that a bad
shoes.
week?
That's not realistic. That's
That's a
not
pair of
realistic.
Giuseppe's.
That's
The
not realistic.
22
Anybody that I
Pair of
know,
Giuseppe's.
no cannabis smoker that I know that is that real. That's not real.
22
If they said a year,
Yep,
No.
22.8%.
that's incorrect.
22.8%
Well, they say average.
are doing $500 to $1,000 a year.
So who did they poll for this? Because that's all wrong.
That's the average. They're
That's the
saying
people
that
that smoke once a
22%.
year on their birthday.
Those
The
are,
holiday
birthday, I'm
smoking.
about to get
It's
high.
Christmas.
hey, look,
That's my job,
Hey.
but I'm on vacation,
hold on.
so
I'm sorry to say this right now. It's a kind of
counted
messed
those
up
people.
thing. Those are the people that are outside today, running around crazy, looking for weed. All of you today that made this a holiday are the ones that spend $645 a year on cannabis.
thank you. But
Any
still,
real smoker knows that this is a
That's-
headache.
yeah.
Any real smoker wants to, unless you're making some kind of financial profit today, you want to stay the fuck out of the way. This is a holiday for you non-smokers, half smokers, sometimes smokers, occasional smokers. I get pissed for my job smokers. This is your holiday.
Monday, they're checking your pee.
Because tomorrow, yeah, no bullshit. You seen the Michael Jordan meme, the crying Michael Jordan meme about the 10
GNC
year?
has what you need.
You know, tomorrow, you see all this stuff up here. We got dab rigs, edibles, tinctures, moon rocks. Tomorrow, I'll be doing the same thing. And the day after that, and the day after that,
Because I'm a what?
and the day after that. I'm a connoisseur. I'm not even a smoker. I'm a connoisseur of fine cannabis products.
Wanna show
So
some
back to
products?
the numbers. Back to the numbers.
That's crazy. Though.
The average smoker, they say, is spending only $33 on a trip to the dispensary. $33. What are you buying for $33? What's that at? Maybe an eighth? Two roll-ups and an eighth and a lighter?
I don't talk about what I don't know about. I don't know about I know weed, man.
They say only 7%. Only 7% is spending between $100 and $200 each trip.
Wherever he get it from,
That's it.
he good with me, I'm good with him.
And they say that the average consumer of cannabis is 37 years old. Okay, with the highest is 25 to 29 at 20.35%, and it steadily declines every year after that. Does somebody want some of this?
Say that again. Say that again. I missed that. The what?
So the average smoker is
The
37.
and what?
Okay. The highest percentage of smokers is 20.35%, and they're 25 to 29. And every year after that, it steadily declines in how much cannabis they consume.
Okay. So they saying they consume less cannabis as time goes on?
The older you get, I guess, the
older you
more.
get, the less cannabis.
Well, I'm gonna go over there and
I feel like the older I get, the more cannabis I consume. Maybe it's because I have more money to
we
spend
need
on
to
it
be passing
now.
out some of these gifts to some of our guests.
What
What
do I
kind of
feel
gifts we
about
passing
that? I
out
feel
today?
like
Oh no, these are not these. Everything that you see
might
here at this
taper off.
table, everything that you see at this table is
like
going to
it
go
do- I
to
feel
one
like
of
it might
our
taper
little.
off.
What?
I feel like it might taper off.
What?
Consumption.
You?
A person.
Why?
Because I feel like once you get into a routine, you get older and you do get into a routine, it's a part of your routine. So it's like I might smoke when I wake up, then I go do whatever I'm gonna do. Then I might smoke before I go to bed and do whatever I gotta do, and I might smoke once in between. It's not like I'm just sitting there smoking.
Okay, okay. I
could say it might taper
okay.
off. You
I
can still
do,
waver it a little bit, but you pretty much do get into a routine.
What's up, Gito? I'm sorry, talking about Facebook. No, you know what? I do.
I think.
I kind of agree with you.
I do
kinda
smoke
don't.
less unnecessary J's.
Right.
Back in the day, sitting down and smoking your whole pack and just being stupid high. I don't really go through that anymore. But I do smoke larger, better, stronger. This has keef in it. This has a whole bunch of keef, probably about 2 grams. I'm rolling 2 grams at a time at least.
Now see, that's
a gram at a
that's
time.
the part too.
But
That's the
I
part too.
I work around this every day. So the more I smoke, the more moon rocks I put in the J.
That's the part too.
The more moon rocks I have to put in the J. But
You got all.
I haven't found a level yet where I'm thinking about going to something else. There's always
Never.
something else cannabis related,
Why
oil
would you never
wise.
do that?
People do. They say it's a gateway drug. Anybody out there? Anybody think
You
it's a
walk
gateway
through
drug?
that gate to something else. If you walk through it and go to something else, why would you do that? Like,
I don't know. So
If I could do that all day, I would.
now you asked me about federal. right? You asked me about federal. So you know Jeff Sessions is not on board for cannabis. He's waging a one-man war against cannabis. His own party and the president that has him doesn't even want him around anymore. He still waging a war. In the last week, both President Trump and John Boehner, have both said that they're open to looking at the possibility of medical cannabis.
Sorry, that ant right there has my full attention. Sorry, I just zoned out. It's right there on the edge.
So it looks like I'll be smoking by myself for the remainder of the show.
No, but you know, Boehner, Schmainer, like anybody that's
now-
not on board.
But my thing is this: what do you think changed their mind?
You don't understand.
What do you think changed their mind as far as in changing their view on cannabis?
They smoked.
You think they smoked just
Yep.
like last week?
I think they smoked.
They were chilling with somebody.
I think they
and
smoked. I think they smoked. Somebody
I
was like,
think
man,
that-
it's just Jay, man. One of their friends that's on board with it and they not on board
Not
finally
happening.
peer pressured them into it. And they was like, you know what, man?
This is too.
And that was
This
that.
is John Keith.
And now they need to pay it forward and go get one of their other friends.
Somebody
and
over
then
there
pretty
rolling
soon
up.
we'll be there.
Want some Keith?
To sprinkle it on.
Sprinkle some Keith. Don't watch her. She gets heavy-handed. she heavy-handed as hell. Yeah. So
Dab. I wanna try
I think
dab.
honestly, in all honesty, I think what caused Boehner and
Sports
Trump to
Nope.
change their view is money.
No, I'm not dabbing shit.
You not
I don't
dabbing?
have that shit. Hell no.
Oh man, it's gonna be
No.
tough. We can do it.
No.
We
See?
can do it. We can take a
See?
break and we can do it
That's-
off camera, so you
No,
don't feel.
No,
So you don't.
go ahead. I'm not gonna do it off camera either. I'm not doing
See that?
nothing
Everybody see
new.
that?
I'm too old.
This is ridiculous.
I
We're
don't
getting
do
down.
no
Hopefully, we
No.
can get rid of this entire thing.
No. I ain't get
The
it. You
entire thing. What's
Not
I
just
would sit
between
right
the three.
here.
What is wrong with you? Not between the three of us.
oh?
We got.
You talking about today?
We still
Tonight?
got time on the clock. Just like,
No.
what is wrong with you? We got. What?
Happy 420 and all that shit.
Yeah.
But you got me.
I'm
I
already
meant-
over here
I
like,
meant
woo.
amongst
I try to
us
be creative
in
today
here.
and wear, a little something. But
So anyway, like I said, I think money. Donald Trump is a businessman. America is not a country. We'll get into this on another show. America is not a country. It is a business.
of course, you should
It
have
is a
been
corporation.
that. Who's the president? Duh.
No, it's always been. It's always been
Well,
a
right
corporation.
now, it definitely is.
Well, if we're gonna be a corporation,
But we're
don't
not
you want
talking
a
about that
businessman
today.
to
We're
run
talking
it?
about 420.
I mean, that's what the whole logic.
About the president.
That's what the whole logic behind him being elected was. He was
At
a
all.
good businessman. He was supposed to be a good businessman or whatever. You know, America's dumb. We watch TV. We love the Kardashians. So,
We still don't know how much
so
he makes, so he is
I choked
a good
when I said that. That's a
businessman,
damn shame. Their name came out of my mouth and I choked. So a businessman running the country makes sense, and they see the dollar signs in cannabis. California is doing well. Colorado is doing well. We don't have books in schools. The roads are terrible, constantly terrible. We got homeless people. This crop, $645 my ass. This crop can get us out of the deficit in like 3 days. You make it legal and let everybody just go down the street to the corner and be like, look, let me get an eighth. You'll be good. The birth of the pop-up shops, I'm gonna take y'all to the pop-up tonight. The birth of the pop-up shop has shown that this can be done.
We'll see.
This can be done.
We'll see.
And these people want to pay. These guys that are doing the pop-ups, they want to pay. Nobody's the people that go to these shops, these pop-up shops, they don't want to deal with the streets anymore. They don't want to. They want to know what they have. They want to know what it is.
It's that.
You don't want to
it's
wait
at
for
the
your
end of the
bud man
day-
anymore.
At the end of the day,
Oh,
they don't want people to. They don't want people to, be well and feel good.
well, there's no money in money in curing anything. And if you can cure yourself at home with a plant,
Exactly.
that's
And
the
it's
last
not
thing they
just-
want.
Yes.
I met a,
plants, oils, whatever you. Just do your research. Just do your own research. If you do
pharmaceutical
your own research,
pharmaceutical
then you
companies
have
use
no
what they
excuse.
call partial plants.
Just
So
do-
they'll
just
use
do your own research.
CBD, which is a partial, and they'll use part of CBD or whatever in their drugs. but they won't let you know that the full plant can be found in cannabis. The full healing can be found in this plant that
That
grows.
looks like a Laffy Taffy.
So they'll give you a little bit of what they find in pineapples, or they'll give you some of what they find in, I don't know, some kind of in basil or something like that.
I smell it all day. Smell it, look at it, admire it.
They're gonna they're gonna give you what they call partial plants. When you can go somewhere, grow your own stuff, and be way better off than they'll ever do. Chemo doesn't work. Cannabis is the way. If you're gonna go, you're gonna go regardless. Nothing's gonna save you. If you're gonna go, you're gonna go. But it can make it a little easier. I had a buddy who was giving it to his brother who was paralyzed. He was able to sleep. You know, it was one of those situations. It's not.
And you can find multiple stories like that. All you got to do is just look and read, research.
So, yeah, Chuck Schumer is backing decriminalization on a federal level. He's like, federally, look, let's just get this money. I mean, it's money. These guys are sitting with bundles of cash under their bed. Not really. Look, don't go out here looking for bundles of cash under anybody's bed. But these guys, they want to pay tax. I think California is doing 54% tax on all cannabis profits.
Yeah, I'm going to tax it too.
But why not? Why
Why
not? I mean, it's going to get us out of deficit. We don't have, but we got money for presidential military parades. You know, we got money for
whatever they
we got
want.
money for Scud missiles and war, and we
they
got
want.
whatever. But we can't
Whatever
get
they want.
decent books or whatever. Let the potheads do
What's going on
it.
in
We're so
Syria?
lazy and we're so worthless. Let the
Money for
potheads
whatever
do
they
it.
want.
Let us do it. Let us pay for everything that's wrong, and we'll fix it. We'll fix it. Sure, why not? We're cool with it. We'll fix it. You legalize. You let us deposit money into the banks, and you let us file taxes every year, and we'll do it. We'll do it. So I'm gonna light this dab. Get this dab ready. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna get one of our guests in here to tell us the medical benefits of CBD, and we'll be back.
Me too, bad bitch on the E2, back boom on E2, beat you, slide to your own walls, ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub, hashtag, all caps, badass, no water, bookings, money daughter, oh! use 22, 24, 26, 32 ounce pretty blue. Stuff in your puppy, snuffing with my buck stick. 22 cent booty pick, 24 make movie flick, 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub, Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other and mother some. Ex used to hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian. Me too, fat bitch on the E2. Back boom on E2, beat you, slide to your own walls. Ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub. Hashtag, all caps, badass, no water. Book is money daughter. Oh!
Okay, we are back, and right now we're here with Tim and Kevin from Act Naturally CBD Products. Let's give them a how you doing, 420, how you doing?
Happy 420. Let me just say there's not enough CBD in this room to take care of all those after today.
Okay, so guys, for those who don't know, what exactly is CBD?
CBD is like the vitamin of the cannabis plant.
Okay.
You know, no THC, so no psychotropic effects, but just the cannabinoids, the terpenes, just interact with your system and create amazing healing benefits.
Come into the mic a little bit.
Yeah. It stands for cannabidiol, and cannabidiol is a system within your body and your brain that marijuana and both CBD react with. So it just benefits your body in a lot of ways.
Okay, and why is it not more widely, if it's something that our body naturally takes to, why is it something that's not more widely available or widely seen? It's taking off now. It's certainly starting to take off now with various CBD products, but why hasn't it been?
Well, because everyone's really loved THC, and it's gotten all the attention from the marijuana plant. What the CBD we have is derived from the hemp plant, which is the same plant as the marijuana plant, but has much lower THC level.
Okay, so you're basically, like you said, you're not getting any type of psychoactivity,
None.
but you're getting all the healing benefits. What type of conditions does CBD help with?
I mean, we can't, you're really not, it's a supplement, so it's not regulated by FDA. We're not really...
Which it naturally should be, but...
We're not making claims, but, I mean, if you follow just our own site, with reviews and things, it's been amazing. I mean, we've had people that had a bait dog out of control. He's at the vet's office. They give him 3 drops of CBD. The dog becomes docile and happy, and the vet's like, what the fuck's in the bottle,
I have seen lately CBD stuff for dogs.
It's really just lower doses of the same thing. There's not so much you can mix with CBD.
So basically there is there's nobody that can't use CBD. No animal. It seems like if they're using it for dogs, I guess it's safe for cats.
I wouldn't think. I mean, our dog's 11,
Our dog's 11 years old, and she gets it every day on her
I mean, and
breakfast.
she's out like bucking in the morning.
What kind of dog you got?
Just an old mutt, really. But, you know, an old female dog, it's kind of
But you're not seeing any signs that, you know, dogs get arthritis,
not this one.
overweight type of things like that. Nothing.
No, she's a very healthy 11-year-old.
And we've had people with anxiety, just horrible anxiety issues. They couldn't even sit with their family, you know? And they start doing it, and they're able to play games and, you know, spend time with.
Well, I know it definitely works with seizures. I've seen, you know, people take it that have seizures. What are some of the ways that people take it? What are some ways you can get CBD? Because, you know, the average person doesn't. I'm hip, but the average person may not know.
Well, gosh, it's available all different ways. I mean, we have it available in a tincture
Okay.
with a soy base, so it's vegan.
Okay.
You just take it under your tongue
All right.
or in your drink.
That's what this is here?
That's right.
That's what we have.
Okay.
That you take like 2 to 3 drops.
All right.
And I mean, you know, I'm 54. You take 2 to 3 drops. It might last you till 7 o'clock at night. And you just feel amazing, you know.
So pain relief, joint relief.
Yeah, I
neck
mean, you're
pain.
not stiff. You're happy.
It's really great
You know.
for any type of inflammation and the problems that go along with inflammation.
All right. So,
Yeah, direct to inflammation and pain, you know, for the most part. We just are bringing in a product that's a CBD gummy
okay.
that's made to help you sleep. It has melatonin in it, and it just puts you to sleep.
Is that what you gave me earlier?
Yes, that's what you said.
I've been trying
That's
not
the truth.
to.
Don't take it till later on because
I wanted to eat it as soon as you gave it to me. I'm one of those people that want to immediately.
So we gave it to a guy, you know, a really big guy that we know, a security dude. He took it like he said, "Man, that's my problem. I can't sleep." I said, We gave him 4. I said, you know, looked at his size. I said, we'll take like 1.5. He told me he came up today and just, you know, hugging us, shaking our hand. Man, I slept like a baby.
What is the how does the dosage go?
Well, like the dosage in that bottle is 100 milligrams.
Okay.
So I guess when you're taking CBD, you're probably using like 10 milligrams at a time, 30
Right.
milligrams. Like that little thing I gave you is probably close to 30. So if you take it, it's going to put you to sleep. If you took half of it, it's probably just going to relax you and let you get through your evening if you had pain.
And how long does it take to kick in normally?
I mean, I don't know. I had drank a few beers the other night. We got these, we sampled them, and I was probably passed out on the couch like 9 o'clock, you know. But I woke up at 4, just felt like, you know, I was 30 again.
It should take about a half an hour for it to get to you.
That's the average. That's the average time it takes for somebody that smokes heavy or doesn't smoke at all. It's still going to take around the average.
Yeah, it goes through your digestion. So.
And where do we get it? Where can we find it for all these people that have stomach, back, neck cramps,
Well, I mean,
arthritis?
this CBD, we
Alzheimer's?
do pop-ups like you do. It's
Okay.
available at the Brookland Smoke Shop, and we have our website, you know,
Okay.
that's available, that we can ship it, you know. So we have a lotion, a hemp lotion that helps people with arthritis, you know.
Okay.
So all these products married with something else is really, you know.
So we have the tincture.
Have a tincture, have lotions.
The
They come with CBD lotions.
Okay.
There's capsules if you just wanted to take a capsule, and there's gummies. You know, just a whole array of different products. You can make edibles with CBD.
I've actually seen small drams of look like crystal.
Yeah, you can dab with CBD.
Okay, so how do you get it into that crystal form?
Well, you can purchase it like that.
Is it a trade secret you don't want to share?
Well, no. I mean, I don't create it. We really don't mess with the
Any kind of shatter
the shatter or the dabs. But I mean, it's available and it's amazing. I mean, we've done it, and you feel great. I mean, so any type of form you do CBD in, it just makes you feel amazing.
I have a person that has a skin condition. Is it safe to? Does it
CBD
clear up any
CBD
blemishes?
will
Not
help.
blemishes, but any type of rashes. or
It'll
anything
help
of that
with
nature?
eczema.
Oh, buddy, that sounds good. Sounds like that dab rig over there going. So it will help with eczema, burning, itching, sunburning.
Yeah, I mean, if you read, just everything you see on Instagram and all the, eczema, pain relief, insomnia, it'll help with your appetite, anxiety, depression. I mean, it's so almost unbelievable, the whole array of things that it did. But I mean, if you think about it, I mean, this is the cannabis plant. They've segregated THC from it.
Okay.
So there's no psychotropic effects from it. But the benefits from that plant is unbelievable.
That's amazing.
And before FDA and back in the 1700s, I mean, this is what you found in your, out in your apothecary, I guess. Even if they had it like that, it was a corner of a general store. Was your THC tinctures?
Part of it was that hemp was available everywhere,
Exactly.
and it was in every part of your diet. So your animals ate it, and you would eat your animals, and it would just be in everything you ate, whether you knew it or not.
And sure, there was a shorter life expectancy, but was anybody taking pills and had a cabinet full of pills? I mean, it was all just fresh food.
Well,
I
I pulled up some numbers earlier. I'm sorry, I ate that sour gummy. Holy cow. The citric acid on that is, woo, they really did that in. I feel like I'm about to drool on myself. I'm sorry, guys. So, a couple numbers on deaths by other things. Nobody's ever died from cannabis. The amount of cannabis that you would have to smoke and the amount of time that you would have to take it, virtually impossible. You'd have to smoke I think it's like something like 40, a 40-pound bushel or something like that in like 10 minutes or something. But deaths by guns, you have 4,000. This is last year, 4,278 people were killed by gun violence. All right, so that's a problem. Definitely a problem. Alcohol deaths were 88,000 annually. All right. Opioid deaths in 2000 were more than 64,000 people overdosed last year. And we're fighting cannabis.
And our resources and dollars go to that.
All day long. Every dollar that we could spend on school books is going to fighting these things, which are definitely preventable.
I think that it's just a matter of time. I mean, the older people realize the benefits of it. They're not stupid. All it takes is maybe 3 people to have an experience, and then you've reached 3,500 people.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, it just has to happen.
So what do you think? What's holding it up? What's holding us up? What's holding the government? What's holding everybody up?
Well, I think every state struggles. I mean, everybody has a different situation, but it's all just coming. I mean, you just see it. Approved. I mean, the people are demanding it. I mean, here they voted for it. They wanted it. They wanted access to it. I mean, there's no sense in fighting it. It can help these people. They do not need to be on medication and cabinets full of pills when this plant can almost be a cure-all.
Yeah.
And forget the money. Enough with the money. It's just time for people to have sanity and peace and love and and prosperity and not be hung up on any of it and move on to something else that really is vital to our lives.
Well, thank
so
you,
young, old.
Thank you guys for coming in. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get into our trivia. We're going to give away all of this stuff here if the person can answer those questions. 40 loops, new Jones is 22, 24, 26, 32 ounce pretty blue. Stuff in your pup pig, snuffing with my fuck stick. 22 cent booty pig, 24 make movie flick, 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub, Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other and mother some. Ex used to hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian, me too. Fat bitch on the E2, back boom on E2, beat you, slide to your own walls. Ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub, hashtag all cash, fat ass no water, book is money daughter. Ow!
Jones is 22, 24, 26, 32 ounce pretty blue. Stuff in your puff babe, snuffing with my fuck stick. 22 cent booty pig, 24 make movie flick. 26 mile high club, 3 Sims in the bathtub. Geechee for the lap up. Pray to God you meet each other in the mall or something. Ask you still hate me, cause I fucked her best friend. She wanted to be a lesbian. Me too, fat bitch on the E2. Back boom on E2, beat you, slide to your own walls. Ebony, POV, met you on Pornhub. Hashtag, all caps, fat ass, no water. Book is money daughter.
So hey, that's my song, man. That's DJ Mathematics. I was over here rocking like shit. It was in my zone. I just hit that dab. I'm kind of buzzing a little bit. Toes kind of tingling. And my man Nate G, Nate the Great G, Nate Graysky. So now we're gonna get into our trivia game show portion right now. Like I said before, everything here can be won by our contestant. For every incorrect answer that she gives, we're gonna give it to our number 2 contestant. So just for being here, just for being on standby, they get everything that she doesn't get. If 10 questions, you're over there celebrating already. You're like, she ain't getting nothing. I hope she don't get nothing. If she gets all 10 of these correct, she'll also be given a quarter of cannabis.
Ooh, 420.
The pressure is on. All of these questions are cannabis based. Okay. Cannabis and cannabis pop culture based. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you high?
Yes.
Introduce yourself to the people.
Nicole,
Hey, Nicole.
better known as Nikki, also known as Green Eyes.
Also known as anything else?
That's
Better
about
known
it.
as, also known as,
That's about it.
commonly called,
Hey.
often referred to.
Beautiful.
All right. Question number 1. THC is the compound found in cannabis that makes you high. What does THC stand for?
Oh, you just
Ain't
said
getting
that
that
earlier. All right, let's see. You just said that earlier.
We'll give you a hint.
Okay, so, yeah, why don't you give me like A, B, and C?
No.
Like multiple choice.
I told you I was saying it. I said it while you were over there. I
let's do
looked
multiple
directly
choice.
at you as I said. A lot of these answers will be given throughout the show. Please pay attention. Tetra. Come on.
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's not it.
That's what you said earlier.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what you
look at
said
that.
earlier.
Come on. 5 seconds. This is for the quarter. Just yell something out there.
Yeah,
Bomb.
THC is tetra, something hydroxide, cannabis.
Hey, you know what? If you got, you know what's funny? If you'd have gotten like a little closer, I think should we give it to her?
What was
Should
it?
we-
Try it.
No.
Try it.
No.
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 You don't get it. No, you don't get it. Wrong. Next.
Okay.
And you're
That
my
goes-
family.
that goes-
Ain't
I
that
know.
a shame?
That goes
Yeah.
to person number 2.
Person number 2 gets
Gets
our
that.
first. It's nothing but a lighter. Sorry.
Still a lighter.
Hey, Ray.
Yay.
This is your lighter, sir.
Lighter.
Can we put
Thank
his
you
can we
for-
put his lighter over there?
Yes.
All right.
Put him in his pile. That's his pile.
Question.
Okay.
What are we going to give away for question number 2? This is question number 2. Here. It's a tetrahydrocannabinol.
Oh, okay.
Say that one more time.
Tetrahydrocannabinol.
Hey. Tetrahydra cannibal.
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 Cannibals?
Cannonball.
Cannibals.
Run. Cannonball.
Oh,
Run.
they eat
Okay.
flesh. Okay, cannibals.
All right. 2-part questions. The quarter is now out of place. Sorry. It's over. Cannabis is classified into 3 categories: hybrid, blank, and blank. What are the 2 blanks?
Oh, that's easy.
Is it?
That would be sativa
Okay.
and indica.
All right.
Yay.
All right. All right. So
Ding, 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 ding.
So your prize is
Oh, Rice Krispie treat.
and
Hey.
a cartridge. 2-parter, 2 answers.
Oh, hey.
Oh hey, we're liking
That in her
that.
pile.
like
So,
that. I
real
like
quick,
the winnings.
Real quick,
Separate
indica
piles.
is going to give you couch lock. It's going to give you that heavy body
Yes,
feel.
yes, it's the body
That's what
high.
you want for a
Sativa.
nighttime if you need to go to sleep. Sativa is going to give you that upper, that mind high.
What you smoke during the day?
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
I do the opposite. Actually, I do indicas at night. I do in the morning, and I do sativas.
Yeah, because you
at night.
work the night shift, so that makes sense.
And I'm also hyped when I wake up already, so I need to calm down. I'm like a child. Okay. Question number 3. Also a multiple question. We're going to give, for this one, we're going to do one of the CBD tinctures. And because you won the the cartridge, we're going to put the battery up there for you.
Sounds good.
So it's a 2-parter, right?
Sounds good.
But it's a three answers.
Uh-oh.
Jack Herrera is a popular sativa. Name 3 Jack Nicholson movies.
Ooh. Hey. Okay, I'm going to go with...
There's a bunch of them.
Hold on, don't tell me. Okay, of course, we're going to go with Batman.
Okay, that's 1.
Yes.
The Joker.
Ding, ding.
Pick the Joker. 2, I'm going to go with... Oh, man, what was... The Shining, which is one of my good favorite horror flicks.
Great movie. Bloody Hallway.
3...
She's on a roll.
One more. One more.
10 seconds.
You can handle the
Timer? I
truth.
didn't know it was on timer. Okay. Let's see.
The one he had the little dog in one. Cuba Gooding Jr. Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise. Demi Moore. You can't handle the truth. Come on.
Oh, what men want? No, what women want?
Nope, that's Mel Gibson.
Wow.
No, okay.
Hey, you know what's funny? When
No,
I was
it's
coming up with
something
this,
with
thinking
Diane
about it.
Keaton. I just saw it the other day. Shoot. Okay, hold on. Let me think. Jack Nicholson. These are my 2 favorites.
Got
I can't
2
think.
of them.
Come on. All right, well,
Anger management.
there you go. Last minute.
Sandler.
Pressure was on,
Adam
folks. I didn't think
Sandler,
she'd
yes,
come up with
Adam
it.
Sandler.
All right.
Yes.
Well, she's won now her battery,
She
and
has
her
a whole
tincture.
thing.
Yes.
Next up,
That goes over there.
we're going
Pass
to go
that J,
for
Pass that J.
That's her pile.
That's all
That's his
about.
pile.
Good looking.
an
Good
8th. We're going to go with an 8th of Jack Herrera.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Probably should have put that with Jack Nicholson, but she got it, so we'll put this guy up here next. Are you ready?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. In Half Baked, Mr. Nice Guy was in competition with who?
Oh my goodness,
Who
that
did it-
Jamaican dude.
Who did everybody want to talk to?
Oh,
Come on, you can do it.
Oh,
I want to talk to.
Oh.
Come on, baby. You can do it.
Samson.
Surprise, surprise.
Samson.
Yeah.
Samson.
Yes. Samson. Dave Chappelle, Mr. Nice Guy, was in competition with Samson. My man did not like boobs.
Shout out to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, shout out
Yes,
to Dave
yes.
Chappelle
I went
from
to
DC.
Duke Ellington with him, by the way. Yes.
All right,
yes.
you ready? Right after that, coming right back with it. We're gonna go with a gram of moon rocks.
Oh,
This is an easy
I
one.
like that prize.
This is an easy one. You cannot miss one. No second guesses. No partially.
This
no.
must be multiple choice then.
Well, yes, definitely. It's
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Name 3 stoner movies.
Oh.
Legitimate stoner. Not when somebody happened
okay.
to get high.
How high?
Okay.
Half baked.
Oh.
Friday.
All right. All right.
Yay! Good. Yay!
All right. So now let's go with.
I would have just said Friday, 1, 2, next Friday.
We have a dub.
Yes.
Of some
And
fire.
it keeps getting better.
Smell this.
Hey.
All right. What was Craig caught stealing on his day off?
Ooh.
Really?
Was that?
She's getting inspiration, folks. You trying to build a clubhouse? 5 seconds.
Boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's
close
funny? When we asked it, when
it
we
boxes?
were coming up with that's exactly what it was. It was
Yeah.
boxes.
What
When we
was
were
it?
coming up with the
Boxes.
questions for this, nobody really knew
Well,
the
how
answer.
was he stealing boxes again?
It wasn't. It was. I'll say. Okay, so whole
That made
time
no sense.
the boxes.
He went. Hold up.
Ezel was still in the boxes.
Was he? Hold up.
Ezel was the one still in the boxes. They caught him on camera and they fired Craig for that.
Fired on your
Easy.
day off. This is-
Okay, you ready? Your
Yes,
brain on
yes,
drugs. This
yes.
is for a gram of shatter.
We
Hey.
have one last question.
Hey.
One more. All right, this is our last question. We're gonna do. All right. We're gonna give it the rest of this away right here. You can answer this last question. We got a gram of shatter, a sticker pack, a pack of raw papers,
Oh, hey.
and you ready?
Yes.
Final question.
Sounds good.
Your brain on drugs was represented by what in commercials? Your brain on drugs.
That would be some. Was it over easy? Eggs in the frying pan?
Goddamn. Do we have anything else to give her? She said over easy. She
Yes,
gave
yes,
you how
yes,
they
yes.
were cooked as well.
Thank you.
Eggs.
Thank you.
Real
Thank you.
Well.
So,
That brings us to the end of our show.
420.
Jen Strong, lover of life. That's me.
Best
Yes.
day of the year.
Hey, I'm just here chilling.
Yes.
Sending love for my man Chuck, who unfortunately
Chuck
had to go.
Wagon.
Chuck Wagon.
We love him.
I am your man C, and we are the Two
Two
Real
Real
Radio.
Radio.